Good morning, everyone. This is our 10th lecture of Engineering Thermodynamics. We have completed unit number 1. This is unit number 2. First of all, we'll go through the syllabus. In unit number 2, there are two parts, part A and part B. Part A is entropy and part B is ideal gases. First, we'll go through the part A, entropy. In entropy, we'll study entropy as a property, Clausius inequality, principle of increase of entropy, change of entropy for an ideal gases and pure substance. Entropy is a second law characteristics. Entropy defines the second law of thermodynamics. Now, what is entropy? Entropy is a measure of molecular randomness or disorder. Consider a solid. In solid, molecules are compactly connected with another molecule. The bonding is very strong. All the molecules are at their space, at their particular place, and they are not moving. Therefore, entropy in the solid is 0. When we consider the example of a liquid, molecules of liquids are moving, but they are not crossing the boundary, but they are moving. Therefore, entropy is quite high in case of liquid. But in case of gas, the gas are moving around the molecules and they are moving very randomly. Therefore, it is very, we can say it is molecular disorder or molecular randomness in the gas structure. Therefore, entropy in a gas is very high. Higher the entropy, higher is the disorder and randomness or the disorganization. Higher the randomness or disorderness, higher the entropy. We can say vice versa. Look at the example, solid. All the molecules are compact, they are within their boundary and they are bonded with another molecules and they are not moving. Therefore, entropy in the solid is very less or we can say 0. But we consider the example of liquid. The molecules of liquid are moving. Therefore, the molecules are randomly spaced or disorganized. Therefore, entropy is higher than the solid. Now consider the example of gas. The molecules are highly disordered. Molecules are highly disorganized. Therefore, entropy is very high. As the temperature increases, the entropy of the substance also increases. Either disorder increases, entropy increases, irreversibility and losses increase, and hence the efficiency drops. Suppose entropy is 0, we call it as a reversible process and efficiency is highest in that case. But as the entropy increases, reversibility takes place in the system and the reversibility decreases the efficiency of the system. Entropy is a measure of disorder or disorganization. Consider this cube. This cube is perfectly ordered. You can see all faces are perfectly ordered. Therefore, in this case, we can say entropy is 0. Entropy is denoted by S. Temperature denoted by T, volume denoted by V, pressure denoted by P. Similarly, entropy denoted by S, not E. Entropy is denoted by S, remember. Since all the faces of cube are perfectly ordered, therefore entropy in this case is 0. Now consider second example where faces are completely in a disordered. Faces of cube are completely in a disorder. It is called as a highly disordered. Therefore, entropy in this case is in a perfect disorder condition, and the entropy in this case we can say infinity. As disorder increases, entropy increases, it increases the irreversibility and losses increase and hence the efficiency drops. Look at the molecular structure of a solid. Look at a molecular structure of a solid. Molecules are properly arranged. Therefore, entropy in this case is 0 or minimum we can say. When the solid is heated, solid melts and convert into liquid. Now look at the molecular arrangement of a liquid. They are quite random. Therefore, entropy of a liquid is higher than solid. When we heat it further, the liquid will convert into gas, and you can see here molecules are highly in a disorder or in a disorganization. Therefore, entropy in the case of gas is very high. Entropy is a thermodynamic perspective, or we can say entropy is a thermodynamic property. We have already seen pressure, temperature, volume. Entropy, enthalpy, these are the property of a thermodynamic. Why these are the property of the thermodynamic? Because entropy is depend upon initial and final state of the system. It is not like work or a heat. Work and heat is area under the indicator diagram. Area under the PV diagram is the work, and area under the TS diagram is called as heat. Entropy is defined as change in entropy. DS is a change in entropy. Now entropy is a ratio of change in heat to the temperature. It is a ratio of delta Q by T. We write delta for Q and W. For work and heat we write delta because work and heat are path function. Therefore their differential is inexact. Therefore we write delta for heat and work. But entropy is a property of a system, and property of a system is a exact integral. Therefore we write ds, change in entropy as a ds. Now change in entropy is a ratio of delta Q upon T, and the unit is kilojoule. Kilojoule for delta Q and Kelvin for temperature. Therefore unit is kilojoule per Kelvin, and this is a total change in entropy considering total mass. S is a entropy and small capital S is a entropy, and small s is a entropy per unit mass. Small s is a entropy per unit mass for 1 kg of mass, or we can say specific entropy. Whenever we consider 1 kg, we call it as a specific. Capital S is a total entropy and small s is a specific entropy, and specific entropy is per unit mass. Therefore unit is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Entropy is a property of state, not a process. Entropy is a property but not a process. Unit of entropy is kilojoule per Kelvin. Total entropy unit is kilojoule per Kelvin. Unit of specific entropy kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Now change of entropy is written as a delta S or a ds. We can write as a delta S or ds, no problem. Delta S or ds is equal to S2 minus S1. It is like dV, V2 minus V1, dP, P2 minus P1, ds, dt, T2 minus T1. But change in entropy is written as delta Q upon T. Therefore, to find total entropy, we have to integrate it from point 1 to 2, from process 1 to 2. Integration 1 to 2 dq by T to find total entropy. Now, property diagram, look at here. This is a PV diagram. AB constant volume process, BC constant pressure process, CD constant volume process, and DA constant pressure process. Now area under this curve, area under this cycle, this is a cycle because it is a closed, and starting point and initial point is same. Sorry, starting point and end point is the same, and area under this cycle represents the work done. Work done is equal to W into P into dV. Pressure volume diagram we have seen here. The area under the process curve on the PV diagram gives the work done during a cycle. We have already seen in unit 1 area under the curve of a PV diagram, or the area under the process in a PV diagram gives the work done. Now property diagram, here we will see TS diagram. Consider process, say it is 1 and this is 2. Consider process 1 to 2. Now area under this process, here it is a TS diagram. Therefore area under this process will represent the heat transfer, will give us heat transfer. Since it is a curve, we cannot calculate directly. We will consider our elemental area. Consider this elemental area, and give this elemental area as a ds. On this axis, x-axis, it is a entropy. Therefore, we'll write it as a ds. Now, this is a T. Therefore, this is a T and this is a ds. Now, length into breadth is equal to area. Area dA is equal to dA, means area of this elemental portion, small portion dA is equal to T into ds. This is a T. This is T. And this is ds. Therefore, T into ds, and T ds is equal to dq. Look at here. ds is equal to delta q by T. Therefore, dq is equal to ds into T. Temperature entropy diagram, we have seen area under the process curve on the TS diagram equals the heat transfer during the internally reversible process. From this, we have understood that if you want to calculate a work done, we have to consider PV diagram, and if you want to calculate heat, we have to consider TS diagram. From TS diagram, we will get heat transfer, and from PV diagram, we will get work done. Entropy of the surrounding. Consider a system, and the entropy of a system is less than 0. Consider the entropy of this system is less than 0. Suppose this system is heated. As the system is heated, entropy increases, because what is entropy is a delta Q upon T, and if the delta Q increases, entropy also increases. Entropy increases. Entropy of surrounding increases, and entropy of surrounding greater than 0 greater than 0 means it is increasing. Consider a system having the entropy greater than 0, and the heat is removed from the system, and the heat is supplied to the system from surrounding. The entropy of surrounding decreases. Entropy of surrounding decreases. Look at here, first figure. Here the system has some heat and its entropy is less than 0. Why it is less than 0? Because heat is removing from the system. Heat is removing from the system, and this heat going to the atmosphere, means surrounding. Therefore, entropy of surrounding increases. And in this system, entropy increases. Entropy increases because heat is supplied to the system from the surrounding, and entropy of surrounding decreases. It means when a substance is heated, its entropy increases. When the substance is cooled, its entropy decreases. If the heat is supplied from surrounding, entropy of surrounding decreases. If the heat is supplied to surrounding, entropy of surrounding increases. Entropy and heat transfer. Consider a hot body and a cold body. Heat transfer is taking place from hot body to cold body. Heat is transferring from hot body to cold body. It means as the heat of the hot body is decreasing, entropy of this body also decreasing. As the heat of temperature of this body increasing, it is going to transfer in this cold body. As the heat of this body increasing, entropy also increasing. Means it is very simple to understand. If the temperature or the heat of the substance increases, entropy also increases. If the heat or this energy temperature decreases, entropy also decreases. Heat added to the system result into increase in entropy of the system. Heat rejection by the system result into decrease in entropy of the system. During heat transfer, net entropy increases. Now, change in entropy change of a pure substance. Consider a water. Now here we will consider three phases of water: solid, liquid and gas. And solid form of water is ice. Look at here, we are considering here TS diagram, but in this case we are considering T on the x-axis and entropy on the y-axis. Consider a ice at a -5 degrees Celsius. We are talking about a normal pressure, atmospheric pressure. At atmospheric pressure, water is at atmospheric pressure at 0 degrees Celsius. Water is in a ice state. Means from this point, from ice point to from 0 degrees Celsius to -5 degrees Celsius, water is in a ice state. Water is in a solid state. Suppose I am increasing the temperature from -5 degree. At -5 degree, it is a ice. Water is in a ice form. If I am heating it, means I am increasing the temperature from -5 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. I am increasing the temperature. I am heating it. Whenever I am heating it, I am supplying sensible heat. What is sensible heat? The amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a substance by 1 degree Celsius called as a sensible heat. While supplying sensible heat, temperature of the substance increases. Now temperature of this ice will increase from -5 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. At here 0 degrees Celsius, still water is in a ice form. Still it is a ice. Still it is a ice. Now when ice come to the 0 degrees Celsius at atmospheric pressure, we have to supply latent heat. We have to supply latent heat to convert solid into liquid. And during the supply of latent heat, temperature remains constant. This is the supply of latent heat. Now during this phase, during this vertical line, it is a phase change process. Solid is converted into liquid, and this process is called as a fusion. Now here water is in a liquid state, completely liquid, but at 0 degrees Celsius. Now from 0 degrees Celsius I can heat water to 100 degrees Celsius. At atmospheric pressure, water converts into gas or water converts into steam at 100 degrees Celsius. But during this process I will heat the water from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. During this process, water will remain in liquid form, but temperature increases. Again, this is called as a sensible heating. Water is heated from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. The temperature increases. Therefore, it is called as sensible heating. Now, water has reached to 100 degrees Celsius at a boiling point. It is not in a gas form yet. To convert liquid into gas, we have to supply latent heat. And this latent heat is called as heat of evaporation. Now, we have supplied latent heat. Latent heat is supplied at constant temperature. Here, it is a liquid at 100 degrees Celsius, and here it is a gas at 100 degrees Celsius. And this process is called as a vaporization process. Now, we can further heat the gas, say up to 120 degrees Celsius. This is a further heating of gas, and further heating of gas is again sensible heating. Therefore, whenever temperature increases, such heating is called as a sensible heating, and whenever temperature remains constant, and such heating is called as a latent heat. Consider an example. A weight is dropped as this wire is wounded on a shaft. As this weight is dropped or weight is moving up, this shaft rotates. Since this shaft is not connected to any device, it is not transferring the entropy. Suppose I am connecting this rod to a stirrer, or we can say paddle, and paddle is moving in a water or a liquid. The temperature of liquid increases. We can say the entropy increases, but for sake of this example, this is not connected to any other device. Therefore, movement of a weight will only rotate the rod. It will not increase the temperature, it will not increase the entropy of the system. there is no entropy transfer associated with work. Consider this example. Now that rod is connected with a paddle, with paddle rotating. Paddle is inside the gas. As the paddle increases, temperature of the gas, as the paddle rotates, temperature of the gas increases and the entropy of the system increases. The work changes to heat. When the work changes to heat, it increases the entropy. Consider this Carnot cycle. Entropy in Carnot cycle will see TS diagram. Carnot cycle is a cycle which is highly ideal cycle. There is no practical application of Carnot cycle, but whenever we need to compare the performance of any cycle, we take use of Carnot cycle, because we consider Carnot cycle is a highly ideal and efficiency is the highest in any case of circumstances. Now Carnot cycle is made up of 4 ideal processes, 2 isothermal process and 2 adiabatic process. Adiabatic process or the isentropic process. There are 2 types of adiabatic process, reversible adiabatic and irreversible adiabatic. And the reversible adiabatic process is called as a isentropic process, and during isentropic process entropy remains constant. Since it is an ideal process, all processes are reversible. Consider process 1 to 2. Here temperature is constant. Therefore, process 1 to 2 is isothermal heat addition process. Look at here. Q1 is added. 1 to 2. Process 1 to 2 is isothermal heat addition process. 2 to 3. 2 to 3 is a reversible adiabatic expansion process. Reversible adiabatic expansion process. During expansion process, temperature decreases, and since it is reversible adiabatic, entropy remains constant. 3 to 4. Process 3 to 4 is an isothermal heat rejection process. Isothermal heat rejection process. And 4 to 1. Reversible adiabatic compression process. Now area under this curve represents the heat. Area under this curve represents the heat. For a Carnot cycle, consider delta Q1 is a elemental heat input. Delta Q1, it is a elemental heat input. Q1 is supplied to the system, therefore it is an input. Therefore delta Q1 is a T1 into S2 minus S1. This delta Q is equal to T1 into S2 minus S1. S2 minus S1. And this represents the area under the curve 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now delta Q2 the elemental heat rejected. Delta Q2 is the elemental heat rejected. Therefore delta Q2 is equal to T2 into S3 minus S4. Or we can say S2 minus S1. S3 is equal to S2 and S4 is equal to S1. Therefore S2 minus S1 is equal to S3 minus S4. Here I have written directly S1 minus, okay, it should be S2 minus S1, not S1 minus S2, because this is higher. And the heat rejection takes place in the area of 3, 4, S1, S2, 3. If we subtract total from total area, if we subtract this portion from total area, we will get a heat transfer. Therefore T1 S into S1 minus S2 upon T1 is equal to T2 S1 minus S2 upon T2. This is a entropy. This is entropy, change in entropy, delta S. Delta S1, delta S2. Heat added is always written as positive. Heat added is positive and heat rejected is written as negative. Therefore, whatever heat is added, it should be equal to the heat rejected, and heat transfer plus heat rejected is always equal to 0. Heat added and heat rejected is always equal to 0. Heat added is positive and heat rejected is negative. When we add both the terms, it will give 0. Therefore, delta Q1 upon T1 plus delta Q2 upon T2 is equal to 0. How delta Q1 upon T1 comes? Delta Q2 upon T2. This is entropy. This is entropy. This is also entropy. Here we have written the expression for Q and divided this delta Q by T1. Here we have written the expression for delta Q2 and we divided this delta Q2 by T2 to get entropy. Therefore, entropy added is equal to entropy removed. Entropy increase equal to entropy decrease. And we have to consider that heat added always positive, heat rejected always negative. Since we are writing it positive, it is a heat rejected, we have to write is negative. And when we add both the term, this portion is a negative, this portion is a positive, therefore it will give 0. For whole cycle clause, if we consider Clausius theorem we'll see in the next part. Delta Q1 by T1 plus delta Q2 by T2 plus delta Q3 by T3 plus up to plus, it will be 0. Means entropy added, entropy subtracted, means total entropy of the system is always equal to 0 for reversible process. We are considering Carnot cycle, and Carnot cycle is a reversible cycle. Therefore, for reversible cycle, summation of entropy is 0. Therefore, integration dq by t is equal to 0 for cycle, and change in entropy, that is integration of delta q by t, is equal to 0 for cycle. This is same formula. For a reversible cycle, change in entropy is always equal to 0. For reversible cycle, change in entropy is always 0. Delta S is a change in entropy which is equal to integration delta q by t. For reversible adiabatic process, I have already explained there are two types of adiabatic process, reversible and irreversible. Reversible adiabatic process is called as isentropic process where entropy is constant. Therefore, the entropy of universe is equal to 0 for reversible process. Entropy of universe is always equal to 0 for reversible process, but for irreversible process it is greater than 0. That is entropy of system plus entropy of surrounding. What is universe? Universe is a combination of system and surrounding. Therefore, if we consider this system, this portion may be the surrounding. Therefore, change in entropy of system plus change in entropy of surrounding is equal to 0. Is heat of the system is increases, entropy of system is increases, heat is transferred from surrounding, therefore entropy of surrounding decreases, and decrease in surrounding is taken as negative. Therefore, the summation of this will give us 0. For real or irreversible process, or the real processes are irreversible. Therefore, entropy of universe is always greater than 0 for irreversible process. That is, entropy of system plus entropy of surrounding will be greater than 0. Entropy of system plus entropy of surrounding will be greater than 0. It shows the entropy of universe always increased. An impossible process, this is an impossible process, the universe of surrounding is less than 0. It is an irreversible process. It is not possible. Entropy of universe always increase. We will not consider this process. Look at this process. This Clausius inequality will show. This Clausius inequality we will see in the next class, because this is a very big derivation. It will take some time.